Alright, before we start this video, I just want to go over equations in general. Okay, equations for linear relationships, which is what we're working on, is y equals mx plus b. Okay, m times x plus b, where m is our slope. It's the rate of change. It's the rise over the run. The rise can either be positive when a line goes up or negative when a line goes down. Okay, that's the top fraction. The top part of the fraction can either be positive or negative. If the line's going up, then we see how much do we go up, how much do we go over. If the line's going down, we see how much do we go down, how much do we go over. And that fraction or whole number, if it's over 1, goes where this m is. B is the y-intercept. It's the starting value we saw in a table. We also saw in the tables when your x or your input equals 0, your output is the y-intercept. And you can see that on the graph because when x is 0, that means we're on the y-axis, and it's where the line crosses that y-axis. Okay? So, graphing equations, we need to start with our y-intercept. Okay? So, this graph had a y-intercept of 4. So I'm going to start 1, 2, 3, 4 up from the x-axis, from the origin of 0, 0. And then my slope is 2, negative 2. But negative 2 as a fraction I know is negative 2 over 1. So that means from my y-intercept, I'm going to go down 2, over 1. And I'm going to follow that pattern, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, and continue it all the way through. I'm also going to continue it backwards this way. And then I'm going to draw a line that has arrows on both ends all the way through my graph. Over here, my y-intercept is a negative. I see that we're minusing 2. I can change that into adding a negative. And so I'm going to start 2 below the x-axis. And my slope here is positive, so I'm going to go up. And I'm going to go up 1 over 2. So up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Follow this pattern and continue it backwards until I've gone all the way through my graph and I can make my line. So let's do some practicing. On a sheet of graph paper, or if you don't have any graph paper, try to make a graph here quick. You can pause the video if you need to do that. Let's graph the equation y equals 3x plus negative 4. Pause the video and graph that equation. And now that you've graphed it, you've started the video again. We're going to start at negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to go, our slope is 3, which is 3 over 1. So we're going to go up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1. And your line should look like this. Hope it does. Let's try another one. Let's try y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. Okay? Pause the video and try that one. And we'll check it. Y-intercept 2. So we'll add it 2. And then following our slope, our rise is negative, so we're going to go down 2 over 3. Down 2 over 3. And continue it backwards. There's our line. Hope it looks like yours. Let's try one more. Why don't you go ahead and make an equation, or make a graph from the equation y equals 1/5 x minus 1. Pause the video and try that one out. Alright, we'll check it. Our y-intercept is negative 1. We're going to go up 1 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can't fit anymore over there, so I'm going to go backwards 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1. And I only have a couple points, but I can still make my line. It only takes 2 points to make a line. Does that look like yours? And then we're going to do one last one. What do you think it means if I say y equals x plus 0, or just y equals x? Well, I know I'm going to start at 0, so my first point is going to be at 0. And then how many x's do I have here? What number times x wouldn't I need there? I have just 1x, and 1 as a fraction is 1 over 1. So that means I'm going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And this line is actually just going to split my graph right in half. Like that. So I hope you have a better understanding of how to graph an equation. If you still need more help, please see me during class or see your teacher so that you can get more help here, because you'll need it when it comes time for our assessment.